Friends has been so long, I can barely remember how to get my equipment together, which is an interesting turn of events. So I'm back with another book review. I'm back with another book review. I'm here to talk about Tiffany D. Jackson's White Smoke. So this book has been on my list for a while. It's one of those books where like the cover art is what drew me in, because it's clearly about some sort of black girl magic and I just need to figure out what kind, right? So I'm kind of like in, I wouldn't say a book rut. That is not the word. I'm in a book waiting game, I guess. Like I'm waiting for a lot of books to become available to me, and through the library. So when I got this book, I finally caved and I got it off Audible and used an Audible credit, which I don't often do. You know me, I like to thug it out and just wait for it on Libby, but the waits right now are a bit much, so I needed to use an Audible credit. I haven't messed with it before. But before we get into the book, I want to talk about a couple things. Number one, I haven't done a book review in a while. I've been giving some love to my plant friends, or the people who are on my page for the plant content. My outside gardening, I'm like obsessed with it right now. I'm out there every day. I successfully grew strawberries. I'll put one on the screen here or here, wherever it looks the best. I'm out there and I'm obsessed, girl. I'm growing radishes. I don't even eat radishes. I'm growing radishes, tomatoes, cucumbers, strawberries, blueberries. I'm really excited about that. So thank you for watching the garden content. There's going to be more of it. I've been trying to do it in shorts because the algorithm loves shorts right now. We as the people, our attention span is just so limited, but that's a video for another time. But the book content, I haven't figured out how to make that a short, and I don't know if I want to, because I like to talk about it. So some other things I want to talk about, if you see me looking down, it's because I have things written down. Some other things I want to talk about are some new collections in my jewelry shop. So I'm going on vacation Thursday. I'm going to Arizona, and I was inspired to make an Arizona collection. It's very much orange. Like, I'm obsessed with orange right now. Oranges, turquoises, rose gold. So if that's your thing, check them out on my Etsy shop. And I also restocked and I put some more items in the Hot Like Fire collection that you all like this red, yellow, gold, black vibe. So that's going on. Another update that I want to give you is that I'm going to start doing travel vlogs, because I travel a lot and I'm missing the opportunity. So I might vlog this next trip coming up so that you can see it. I'm going to Arizona. You can have Arizona from a black woman's perspective if you would like to check in on that. And then the final update that I have before I get into the book review is that I'm getting a new laptop. Thank God. So I've been editing these videos on my phone, which isn't terrible, but I'm also writing a book, and writing a book on your phone is terrible. So hopefully when I get this new laptop, it'll move things along in my book writing endeavor, so that you're not just hearing reviews from me, maybe you're hearing stuff from my own book. So that should be absolutely amazing. And that is the end of my updates. And now I'm going to tell you about this book. So the book is about this girl named Marigold. First of all, love that for her. Love that that's her name. Marigold. They call her Mari in the book, or Callie. Her friend Yusuf calls her Callie. She is a former addict, teenager, young child. So like think junior in high school. Her family has uprooted her and the whole family, and they've won some sort of program to live in this neighborhood named Cedarville, which is very much an old black town. Everything's abandoned. Everything is like burnt down, literally, from riots and stuff like that. And they're moving back into the town, and the program's hopes is that their presence and other people's presence, if they should move there, will revitalize the community, right? So you follow Mari through her move, and she has a blended family now. Her brother and her mother are black. Her mom has remarried to a white man, and he also has a child. So he's bringing the child, Piper, with them on their move to Cedarville. So you follow her through leaving California and coming to Cedarville, and how it's so horrible. Cedarville is like a cold northern city, and she hates that. She hates that she doesn't have access to weed, even though she's not supposed to be smoking weed to begin with. So she spends a lot of time trying to find weed and adjusting to the house, and her own anxieties and paranoias. Like, she has this interesting paranoia / phobia about bed bugs, and I thought that was such an interesting, like, I don't know why, like, I've read so many books, I've read so many fiction books, and the inclusion of this random phobia of bed bugs was so interesting. And it's like it wasn't like they mention it once. No. It follows her through the whole book. It's like, it's the root of some of her anxieties. It's the root of some trauma. She mentioned it all the time. She won't sit on people's, soft furniture because she knows all these bed bug facts, and she's got this horrible experience in her past. So that was really interesting. But she thinks that marijuana or weed helps relax her to get rid of some of those anxieties. So she's hunting it down at school. She's trying to like grow it on her own, and you follow her as she moves through that, making friends, finding this boo. There's always a boo, right? She finds this boo, this boy named Yusef, and the relationships with that. All of that is interesting, but the most interesting part of it is that they think that the house is haunted. So all throughout her, she is fighting with her younger sister, Piper, the white one. She's fighting with her, and the younger one is like manipulating her in some instances, and they're trying to figure out as a family, or not as a family, her and her brother, her biological brother, are trying to figure out if the house is haunted, if Piper is haunted, if she's possessed, like what's going on. So you follow them through that, and it really is, at some points I thought that it was dragging. I was like, okay, like, when are we going to get to the point situation type deal? But it might have dragged a little, but it wasn't painful, if that makes sense. Like, okay, here's another example of the house being fucked up, right? So it was like that, but it was still really good. There's an amazing twist at the end. Won't ruin it for you, we're just doing a review. There's an amazing twist at the end, but the ending also feels like the ending also felt both rushed and incomplete. Like, it was a dope ending, but then it's like, but what happens to this? What happens to this? Like, there's so many characters. Like, there's not a moment at the end of this where all of the characters reconvene, to the point that I was like, is there a part 2? Am I missing the part 2? Like, it feels like part 2 needs to be kicked off at the end of this, like immediately. Like, it feels cliffhangery, but also if the author is no longer attached to the content, it feels like they could also end it on this note. But I think it's worthy of a part 2. I want to say this book was released in 2021. If I'm wrong, I'll put the actual year on the screen. So it's a fairly new book. This author, Tiffany D. Jackson, has a lot of good books, and another one that I also read, which I can't remember if I reviewed. Another one by her that I also read is Allegedly. That one is also really good. Definitely check that out. That one also has a really good twist at the end, but that twist ending feels complete, whereas this one kind of feels like there was more to be done there. Yeah, but this one was really good. The voice actor was outstanding. And so, like, she was outstanding, and she interestingly portrayed all the characters. So she's playing like Marigold's high-pitched voice, then she switches to her younger brother Sam's voice, but then she does this like voice for her young teenage like love interest, right, who is obviously a black male. So she switches back and forth between different voices so seamlessly, that I thought was amazing. One character that I never warmed up to, and I will say, and I wonder if anyone else who has read it felt the same way, put it in the comments below. I never warmed up to the stepdad. I just did not. Like, and I felt like maybe that should have been developed more, like character development wise, like explain why the mom wanted this white man, honey, because not in a racist way, but like they kept saying, oh, he loves you, he does this, he does that, but then he also basically called her an addict the whole book. He was really quick to support his own child, even though she was clearly up to the shenanigans. Like, it just did not feel right, and his character never felt genuinely on Marigold's team. And if you really care about someone, and like some of the stuff that he did, I just felt like was not okay. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on that book. I definitely would check it out. Was it worth my Audible credit? Like, should I have read something else? I would say it was worth my credit. And especially since it has been on my list probably since the book dropped. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Check out my gardening videos if you like to garden. I do. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Come on back. Enjoy a good time with me. Okay? Okay? Okay. See ya. Bye.